Bienvenue to Le Café Craft. We are doing a tutorial for VectoriaDesigns and we are going to make a journal. Here we go. To make this journal, well, first of all, you need a theme and all of that. I picked from VectoriaDesigns numerous kits. I picked the kit which is called I'm a Writer. All right, I printed them on 8.5 by 11 paper, and I printed them on this specific paper, which is bold digital. It is for digital print, so you know it's very apropos. And I have to say, it's a really nice paper. It's really smooth. I mean, smooth. I mean, you just glide over it. It's really nice. It does give you a nice, crisp print. Anyhow, I love that paper. I printed them front and back. There is 24 double page print, and I printed them front and back, which means it gave me 12 pages, and I did 3 sets, so I have 3 sets of 4 pages. Now, I printed them with the white border around because I know most of you have that border around, but furthermore, I picked this specific option because I wanted to do something with the borders. So I have 3 sets of 4. I mean, 1 page is okay, hold on, I got them in order, so I just don't want to undo the order. I mean, they are, look at that. And the print, it's just, I mean, it is really, really nice, crisp. All details are there. It is really nice. And this is how I have it set up, and I don't want to undo the setup. Now, because I have 4 pages front and back, right? Of course, I'm going to add up more pages. The pages that I'm going to add are going to be on ivory parchment paper, like this one, because I found a box with remnant of it in there. This paper, and this is ivory. Okay, I'm going to use some of that to do the signature and the journal cover. For the journal cover, I'm going to use some lightweight chipboard, which is this. That's on Amazon, but I mean, you can, you can use a book cover. Anyway, this is the chipboard right here. Okay, this is what I'm using, and it is a medium weight. All right, so I'm using this, and then I'm also gonna use craft cardstock. This cardstock, 8.5 by 11, 21.6 centimeter by 28 centimeter. Anyway, I'm going to use some of that. So the chipboard, to start with, the chipboard, it's an 8.5 by 11, right? It means all 8.5 by 11, which means it's all 21.6 by 28 centimeters. And cut it in half. So this is what you got. This is front and back cover. Okay, now to cover the cover, what I'm gonna use is packaging paper, right? Which I'm gonna crumple in little balls, like so. And I'm gonna go over them with an ink pad. And that's what I'm gonna use to cover the front and back of my cover. You're also gonna need something to sew with, like preferably needle thread. I'm using wax thread, that is used for book binding. Nothing new here. We're gonna use ruler, pencil, cutter, ink pad, and scoring board. Or you can score with your ruler if you want to, okay? So, to start with, I'm gonna do the cover, because then this way is gonna have time to dry, and then we can go on with the rest of our construction here. All right, so I do have my packaging paper that I crinkle and wrinkle. Okay, and I'm gonna use my ink pad. Okay, now I'm taking my cover. I'm putting my cover somewhere, like so, right? And I want to have enough return on all sides, which I do, and a little bit more here, and I'm gonna cut right here. That's one cover, and this is gonna be two cover right here. Okay, okay, now of course, okay, now if you want to give some touch up, a little bit more here, or a little bit more there. Okay, now that's done. You flatten it. You good? Good. It's gonna look good. You know, just put it down. Say, I like that. Okay. Gonna go like so. Glue. I'm using 3-in-1 beacon glue. You put your glue everywhere on your board. I mean, pretty much more glue than less glue, right? Okay. And then you flip it somehow in the middle of that. Stretch a little bit. Okay. All right. Now, we're gonna cut all around because there's a little bit too much, but too much is better than not enough, as we know. About 3/4 inch, about 2 centimeters, right? Okay, yeah, of course you keep all of that because, you know, we just never know, we could use it. All right, and then we just cover. Whichever technique you have to do your covers, please go right ahead, but this is how I do it. Okay, first I put glue on the edge right here and on the paper right there. And I fold. I do the same thing the other way around. And I put the glue all the way to the end, right? So it's gonna fold on itself and glue itself. There's a reason for that. All right, so we have those two sides done. Then to do the corner, right, you just mark it a little bit, or, you know, we can use this, right? I fold before the cover, right? I leave a little bit of space here. And I do the same thing here. I leave a little bit of space here. You see it? There is a little space right here. And I glue this like so. Glue it. Glue it. Okay, and now I put glue on all of it. And that is for whoever got that problem with cutting corners and corner get exposed and your life is over. Well, fret no more. Your life now is great, okay? Because now you have a perfect corner, just like this, okay? And then because you have that, it gives you, it gets really strong here on the, you know, pointy thing of your corner, okay? Then again, you do the same thing on the other side. And you have yourself 4 impeccable corners. Yes? Yes, so you do the same thing for the other one. Okay, so now you have your 2 covers. Yes, so you put them away, not that far away, okay, because we're gonna need them, but somewhere you remember where they are. And now we're gonna do the signature. In order to do the signature, there's gonna be 3 of them. You are gonna need to take the small pad, the small size craft cardstock, right? And you're gonna take 3 pages of that. With those 3 pages, you're gonna have to do 3 times the same thing. I'm gonna do one with you so you know exactly what's going on, right? You're gonna have to cut, okay, the full height, which is gonna be 8.5. So if you take your pad, like so, 8.5 is gonna be the width of your cardstock, right? So you're gonna need that full height. And then you're gonna cut at 6.25. 6.25 inch, 16 centimeters. So you have 3 pieces of 8.5 by 6.25, which is 21.5 centimeter by 16 centimeters. With this, you're gonna take your scoreboard. If you want to take a screenshot of that, so then that kind of gives you an idea, but we're gonna do it together. I'm gonna keep this here so you can follow at the same time that we're doing this, like so, right? You're gonna have 3 different scoring. First scoring is gonna be at 1 inch, which is 2.5 centimeter. You're gonna score there. So 1 inch, and then you're gonna score there. Then you're gonna score in the middle of that, which is gonna be 1/2 inch, 1 centimeter. 1 point, the middle of it, right? Right. So that's 1.25 millimeters. Okay, anyway, scoring. Now, you have a 1/2 inch here. You're gonna leave that alone. You're not touching that. You got the 1/2 inch right here between your 2 score line. You're gonna score every score mark that there is. Yes? Okay? Now, once you've done that, you will see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scoring lines. You are going to fold on the middle score line, which is going to be the third one. Either way, 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, right? That one. You're going to fold on that one. There you go. All right? So you're going to have this. You're gonna have a major fold right here. You're gonna have 2 score line on each side, right? And then you got your 1/2 inch here. It's got nothing at all. Yes? We're gonna round this up. So I'm gonna use small for the outside corners, and I'm gonna use large for the inside corners. All right, you need to make 3 of those. Yes. Now, when that is done, okay, again, it's all here, right? Okay, you are also gonna need a strip, which is gonna be 1.5, which is 3.9 centimeters. And I think this is what I got here. Now, same thing, you're gonna score every 1/2 inch. And again, you're gonna score every single little score line between the middle 1/2 inch, like so. And now don't lose that strip because we're gonna need it when we assemble. That is gonna be round up large on all sides. All right, and you take this and you put it with your cover. Okay, those, you're gonna need 3 of those. You are gonna have to, now if you're edging or whatever you're doing to your cord, then you do that. Now, we are gonna have to, because visually it's gonna be easier when time comes to assemble, we are gonna have to mark that fold really well. And while we add it, because we're gonna have to sew the signature, right? We are gonna make, on that fold, we are gonna make the marks for your sewing. So this is gonna be on that fold. 4 1/4 is gonna be your middle. You make a little dot. You're gonna take a 3/4 inch from the top. That is 2 centimeters. And same here, 3/4 inch. All right? And you're gonna put a dot on the 3 of them. Like so. Because I'm a little bit ahead of the program, okay? So you're gonna have your little dots there. Now, in order to assemble, you are gonna need to have a visual, which means when we are gonna put the glue, right, we're gonna assemble with the glue, we're gonna glue this part here, this 1/2 inch right here. We are not gonna glue anything on here. But now it may be a little bit confusing. So I strongly suggest that either you shade very well where you put your score line, so you will know visually not to put glue there, or like so, right? So you see you're not gonna put glue anywhere here because it is shaded. Or you can use small washi, like a 1/4 inch washi, and put it on both sides of your fold, like I did here. Okay, I made some washi with double side tape on my, the same, my background, just the same for my cover. Okay, and then I just cut my little strips, and then I put them. So when you're gonna put your washi, if that's what you're gonna do, make sure you fold and then put your washi. This way you do not put anything on the fold itself, right? You're gonna need to do that 3 times, right? 3 of those. I'm gonna leave this right here. Didn't take a screenshot yet. This is the strip. And this is the signature holder. Yes? Yes. All right, so now we're going to put the signatures together. Before we put the signatures together, which actually are the signature holders, right? There is that strip. You remember we made that strip, right? That strip has to be treated exactly the same way than this here. This is what's going to hold your back cover, which means you are gonna have to fold it in the middle, just in the middle of the scoring lines, just like we did here. I put a washi strip on both sides, just like I did here. If you don't want to use washi, you can use, seam ribbon, like something like that. That's about a 1/4 inch. I mean, you can use that too. There's, possibilities are endless. So, whatever you have in mind for that, you are going to see some of it, not all of it, but some of it, which is why I wanted it, finished nice and everything, right? Now, the edging. So if you do not edge, okay, you get yourself some spare time. I can tell you that right now. If you do edge, you're gonna have to edge all around. You do not have, okay, the size where you have the washi, right? You do not have to edge this part because this part is gonna be glued down, okay? This is gonna be glued. Now on the inside, okay, you're gonna have to edge your inside and also edge where you have your score line here, because that will be visible, right? So edge this, the score line on the inside, okay? On the outside, you do have the washi or whatever else you put there. Same thing with that strip, right? Okay, so we have 3 of those, like so. Yes, and you have that strip, right? And you do have your 2 covers. We're not gonna put the covers are gonna be last, but you still have your 2 covers, which in any case, you know where they are. Yes, actually, I'm gonna put them right back here because before you know it, I will be searching. Okay, now, before we start gluing and everything, just make sure, okay, you fold on that middle fold right here, right? Make sure when you put them together nicely like this, that you have something which is, you know, nice and neat, because we're gonna glue the 3 of them together. So we want them like, you know, really nice and all the same size. Yes. So now we're gonna put them together. In order to do so, we're gonna need clippies. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna take we're gonna take 1. How about that, right? And it's folded like so, right? So you have your 1/2 inch with nothing on it, plus your washi, right? You flip it this way. So right here, the only thing you have is 1 strip. If you didn't put washi or anything else, you have a shaded line, which is a 1/4 inch, okay? Then you're gonna take your other signature holder, all right, which is gonna be the same than this one, but this way, and you have your 1/4 inch right here, and then you have your 1/2 inch right there. So you're gonna put, okay, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do, and then we do it. We're gonna put glue on this strip right there, which has got nothing on it. You only go on the 1/2 inch, and then you are gonna go side to side, and you are going to glue it side to side. Now, because you only have glue on here, it is not going to glue anything on this 1/4 inch, right? So make sure you only put the glue here, and when you're going to put them together, it is going to have to be edge to edge, just like so, right? Okay. So we're doing that. Okay. Okay. So this is going to be like so, right? We're putting glue just on that 1/2 inch. Okay. Flip it. Take your other page right here, and you put them edge to edge. Edge to edge, like so. Okay, now you make sure you edge to edge. You make sure, I mean, you know, you have a little bit of time with your glue. Make sure it looks all good. Okay, now you're gonna take this one and you're gonna do the same thing. So we're gluing twice. Not too much of a big deal, is it? All right, put your glue. And again, put those 2 together. They were already together. And you add on top of it. Okay, edge to edge. Looks good. It's the same height. Everybody's together. Good, good. All right, put your clippies. They can stay like nice and neat this way, right? And then we take care of our pages. All right, so just that's it. There was step 1 of the assembly. Now you printed all the pages of your journal, and you printed them front and back, right? And you have that white border all around. We're gonna assume that. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that most of you are gonna cut on those edges right here, right? Because, you know, that's, I mean, most of everybody's gonna do. I am not, and that's the reason I wanted to keep the white around, because I wanted to cut with a jagged edge. Jagged edge? I don't know how you say that, but you know, not straight, right? And I'm using this. I mean, that's a kid scissor. It's a Fiskar paper edger, and the pattern on that is called deckle. Okay? That's what I'm using. Because this is my first kit ever for a journal. So I wanted to have fun with it. You know, I wanted to try things. So this is what I'm doing. You don't have to do that, but this is what I'm doing. Okay? And actually it's pretty nice and relaxing. Anyhow, but you know, I'm just having fun with that kit. It is such a nice kit. I cannot believe, you know, I mean, it sure put making a journal in a whole different perspective here. All your pages are done. And see, and that's another part too. I mean, the fun is going to be to insert other pages. You know, that's why I still don't, I just don't want it to be all uniform. I want to try a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. And I see you when that's done. Okay, now, I said I'm going to use parchment paper. Yes. I'm also going to use, and I'm just going to throw that out here. See, I have this box. It's parchment paper, but it has like different color. Ivory, gold, blue, copper, gray. Okay? So I have that. And as I was looking at that, I thought like, I'm just gonna go for it because, see, this is the thing. You have a journal kit, right? Now, all your pages are done. Yes, yes. So let's have fun with whatever we put in it. See, for me, that's the whole fun part. So what I am gonna do is go around in all the different papers that I have, all the different papers that you have. I mean, baking paper, you have it in your pantry. Tracing paper, I'm sure you have some somewhere. Craft paper, whatever you have. Coffee dye paper, right? Just gather all of that because pretty much you're gonna need 12 insert. We're gonna round it to 12 insert, right? And let's just put that together and try to have fun with it. All right, so I'm gonna gather. This is gonna be the big gathering. I'm gonna gather everything I can think of. And then as we go about it, we just pick and choose what we wanna do. Yes, yes, okay. See you then. Okay, so I put my signature together, right? Okay, signature. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of what I pick and choose and all of that. Again, you can pick and choose anything you like, okay? I wanted to go a little bit different because you get 16 pages already, which is why I thought like, you know, might as well put other things in it. But then again, I know everybody's different, so whatever you put in it, I'm going to show you what I put in it. The first one, I put this is a very old insert in a very old book. So I wanted to put it in there because I kind of like the old look of it, right? So I did this. I put parchment paper, right? That's the honey color. Then put coffee dye paper. And then I put this old, from an old photo album. And that's the middle of the signature. And I have some tracing paper which had been coffee dyed, right? And I added up a homemade washi strip right here, you know, just to make sure it will hold the sewing, okay? So I got that. I got this one here. So, hold on, I paper clip it, but anyway, we can do the other because, you know, whatever is here, as we know. So I have this old from the texture see-through paper from photo album. I have parchment paper, that's the gray color, because I thought it go nicely with this page. Anyhow, this I have coffee dye paper right here, and I have baking paper right here because I like the crackling sound of it. And here I have pure tracing paper right here. Okay, that's second signature. Third signature, I'm gonna show you the end of it. That's a little daily paper. that I reinforced the spine with the, my homemade washi. So that's the middle. Here I have a half page. It's a page that I took out of a book. It's got a handwriting on it. I like it. I figured this is a cool. Maybe I can do a pocket with it. I don't know, but it's in, right? I have coffee dye paper. I have baking paper because of the crackling sound. I have parchment paper. And last I have, well, the old page again of that I found in an old book. Okay, so those are my signature. Now, you get your signature, you get your paper clip. I paper clip at least one side so nothing moves out of where not supposed to go. Okay, and we do have our 3 signatures right here. Okay, and we did put a mark at 3/4 inch here, 1 in the middle, and 3/4 inch here. Okay, and I have my marks right there on every single one of them, and we have 3 of them, right? Here, here, and there. So, the first thing I did is I took a piece of, whatever, cardstock, advertisement of some kind, okay? And I cut it the exact same size of my signature, yes? Then I fold it in half, or I fold it in half first, and then cut it the exact same size of my signature. And then I lined up the marks right on there, yes? You can see, right? It's like here, here, and there. Okay, now I'm taking this, and I'm taking my signatures. Let's start with the number 1 right here. Okay, and I got a little paper clip here and there, right? I'm holding everything together. They hold together. Now, you see, that was the thing with the non-even edge all around, is pretty much, it's not gonna be all exactly right there, but that's pretty much what I wanted. I didn't want it like perfect. Let's put it this way. All right, so then I take this, which is my signature. I put it here in the middle of my signature. I line up. I leave of course, there's going to be a little bit on the top and a little bit in the bottom, right? Because this is, let's put it this way. This is shorter than this, right? And furthermore, if you printed it with the little white border everywhere, once you cut that, you are going to be smaller than that. Just keep that in mind, right? Okay, so I line it up a little bit more on the top. Hope you can see. Maybe I should put some white background. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm a little bit over on both sides, right here and right there, right? And I'm gonna put the marks right there in the middle of my signature. 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Yes? Okay, and I'll do that for every single signature. Signature number 2, I'm gonna open it. Same thing, I put paper clips so it stays together, right? I'm gonna put my guide right here. So you got a little bit on the top here, a little bit in the bottom here, right? And then I'm gonna mark wherever those marks are. Yes? So then we got everything marked at the same spot, allegedly anyway. So then we take this book. We take pokey book, any book you have that you poke with, all right? Now, make sure you only poke where you should poke, all right? So the first mark you're gonna poke, but when you're gonna poke, you're gonna look where it's going on the other side. Yes, because you don't want to poke through, everything. This is not what you want to do. You only want, so you got to be careful because you got that little accordion thing here, right? So you only want to poke 1 layer. Yes, right here. So make it just a mark. Okay, no more than that, and then we're gonna go over it. You do the same thing on the middle one, which is right here. And then the last one. See, what I do is I kind of get it stuck on the edge of my book, so this way I know it's only one layer. You know, whatever trick you have to do that, and make sure you don't poke through all of it, okay? And I make a little mark. And then when I turn the other way around, I should be able to see where my marks are, and they should be exactly on that line, right? This is why I say make just a little mark, because then I'm going to punch it from this side, so then I know for a fact that I'm going to be exactly on that fold. And then finally the top one, which is right here. Okay, so I have my 3 marks right there on the fold. And I'm going to do that for the second one. Same thing again. There we go. And now you take it from the outside, you make sure you're on the fold, and then you do the last one, right? So here we go, last one. Again, make sure you only have 1 layer. Okay, now that is done, we're gonna take signatures, a pocketbook. That's what I use, whatever you use to do that. And you're gonna be very confident in the marks that you made. I mean, it takes some trusting yourself here a little bit, right? Insert it really good in there and punch. You know, move it in if you need to, okay? And then same thing, make sure you have enough to go inside with your needle and your thread without fighting, because I think that's the worst part of sewing signature, okay? So we do that, we do second one. And third, which the third one is gonna be I got my little marks here and there. Here we go. Okay, so now I have every single hole in, and they're deep enough that I'm not gonna fight with the needle and the thread when come time for sewing. Okay, now we're gonna take signature number 1. We don't need this. Signature number 1. Now, signature number 1 is the one with the little flippy side in the front. Then we're gonna go like this. So then we're gonna clip on the back, that back, right? So in order to clip, first thing I'm gonna do is take my pokey, go through the middle, yes, right? And now that is together, yes, and that's the way it is gonna be. So then that's when I'm gonna clip. So I take my signature here and I clip, because I know I'm in the right spot, yes. Then I'm gonna take my needle. Okay, you take your thread about 3 lengths of your book, and we going. I'm using a wax thread, and it's kind of a linen color. I thought that would be the best color for that. Of course, you can use, you know, whichever thread you want to use. I'm holding it with my clip here. Nice and tight. Then you go here, and then you go again in the middle on the other side of your thread. Like so, and then I'm gonna leave the whole length because I don't really know what I'm gonna do later on, if I'm gonna add something on it or not. So I'm just gonna leave it that way. We're gonna take those silly things out, and this is first signature. Second signature is gonna be right here. Now this one, you're gonna have two sides, right? As well as the third one. So again, we're doing about 3 lengths. I'm gonna take my signature. This is signature number 2. I'm gonna place it to make sure I am placed properly. I'm gonna poke in the middle here, right? And then at this point, I know I'm exactly right. And then I'm gonna clip. Okay. Right here. Hold it here. Go all the way up. There we go. Twice. Again, I'm gonna leave this because maybe I use it, maybe I don't. I'm not sure. All right. And do the last one. Okay. Take your paper clip off. Hopefully everything work out. Okay. So now we got everything put together. So this is what you got. You got your journal, you got your accordion thing here. We got to put the cover and we got to put the back cover. To put the cover, okay. So to put the cover, you have this strip right here that you didn't put anything, right? This is where you're gonna put your glue. Then you're gonna take your front cover, whichever cover you think is gonna be your front. You know, take the, I don't know, the one you like the best. This one, that one. I like that one. Do I like it like this? Do I like it like that? I like it like this a lot. Okay, so just double check, you know, that nothing is popping out here. But those are my thread, but you know, that's, so it is, it's even. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put glue on here, right? And apply this like so. What we're gonna do in order to avoid any kind of, you know, like disaster is take a piece of, I don't know, whatever you have, wax paper, anything, right? And put it here, right? So this way, you know, no glue is gonna go on your journal. And then you're gonna put your cover. And I said it is going this way. Let me see. Yes, this way. Yeah, I like it that way. Okay, so again, you're gonna need clippies. That should do it. 2, 3, right? Take your glue. Put your glue only on that part, right? Where there is no washi tape or thread or whatever you put there. All right. And then you're gonna put your cover. Okay, you line up with your accordion. Yes. Clip. Look at that. Perfect. All right. And you're gonna let it dry. Yes. And then when we're done with this cover, we're gonna have to do this side. Now this side, this is where we're gonna add this strip that we did, right? The extra strip, okay? And this is gonna go like this, and then we're gonna glue the cover on this side. Yes, but we got to wait for that to dry. And then we resume once that's dry. All right, it's dry. Dry, dry, dry. Taking clippies off. Paper off. We're checking that it's all good. It's all good. Look at that. All right. Okay. Now we're doing this side. We need the strip. Strip is going to be the same thing. We're going to put glue right here. And then we're going to line up with this. Yes. like so. All right, doing that right now, this second. Okay, because we get to keep on going like this. Yes, it's good, 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 good. All right, glue, glue, glue. All right, there's plenty glue on this. You line it up with your accordion like so, and you're gonna have to use your clippies again. Okay, and you let it dry. You kind of locate your cover because the next thing is putting the cover here, and then we will be done with the construction of the journal. Yes? Yes. All right, so it is dry. Yay! All right, we're almost there, okay? Come on now. We are not about to give up now, aren't we? Okay, so what is my front? Is like this. This is like this. This is like this. So this is gonna go like that. Now, which side do I like up? All right, I like this side up better. All right, I'm going this way. All right, again, we are gonna do, hold on. We're just gonna put this here so everything doesn't get glued all together, right? And we're doing this strip right here, okay? And once we put that cover on, we are about good to go. We do like a little spine embellishment, and we do the closure, and journal is done. All right, so make sure you line up. Check it. It's all good the way you like it. That looks good. Good. You line up with your cover. Clippies again. Right here. All right. And it dries. And the next step, we're doing the spine thing, which is pretty cool. And we're doing the closure. Yes? Yes. All right, so while this is drying, it is still drying, okay? I'm gonna use some of the embellishment for covering part of the spine. I'm gonna use those tags, right? So I cut those tags, there's 4 of them, and I put them on, the cardstock, the craft cardstock. All right, so the tags, they are, okay, we're gonna go like this, right? And whichever shape you have, okay, like this. So overall length is 3 3/4, which is, okay, I'm writing this here so you can take a screenshot when it's all done. It's 9.5 centimeter, okay? The width is 1.25 inches, so that's 1.25 inches, which is gonna be 3.4 centimeters. All right. Now, from the top of the tag, yes, I took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, right? But that went with the drawing of my tag. But you have to at least a 1/2 inch, right? A 1/2 inch from here to there, which is 1.2 centimeter. All right. Then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 3/4 of an inch, which is gonna be 2 centimeters. You trace yourself a line right there. All right. And then for 1.5, because I decided randomly that the spine is gonna be 1.5 inch, right? So for 1.5 inch right here, I'm just gonna score. So 1.5 inch right here, 1.5 inch, 3.6 centimeter. You're gonna score, right? And then here you should have left about 3/4 of an inch, just the same, right? Other known as 2 centimeters, okay? So you take your tag, whichever tag you're using. I need something to make a hole right here, and which is very helpful. There's already an eyelet there. I'm gonna take an eyelet. I'm gonna put my eyelet in there like so, right? I'm gonna take a little piece of whatever you have. You know, I'm taking, this is ribbon, but it's kind of fake old ribbon. Anyway, we'll do the job. Okay, put it on. There we go. Here. All right, so this is what we're doing, right? So you're making a, pretty much you're making a pretty little tag, okay? And you make 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you have the dimensions right there if you want to take a screenshot, but it's a regular, I mean, you're making a regular tag pretty much. The only thing is, keep a little bit of space on the top where you can put your eyelet and your little ribbon, because you don't want that to be glued, okay? You have 3/4 inch where you want to, it's got to be flat. This is where you're going to put the glue. You have 1.5 inch that you're going to score. And then right here, you should have 3/4 inch. Okay, and the width, you know, visually with the proportion of your journal, this is a good width. I mean, if you take wider, it's gonna start to be a little bit clunky, I think. Okay, so we do all those little tags, then this will be dry, and then we put them on. All right, so this is dry, right? Your tags are ready. Okay, this is the front. That's a good thing to know. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a visual of how things are gonna go. All right, you're gonna take your tags, and now you get your little whatever. If you don't want to put anything here, you don't have to. Okay, but pretty much this is gonna go like so. All right, so one is gonna be here. The other like so. One is gonna be in the middle like so, and one is gonna be here like so, right? And then one is gonna be the closure. Okay, so in order to glue them down, we're gonna have to maybe we want to write again. Those are going to be my dimension. Whatever you want to do, you do, okay? Now, in the meantime, you do have your thread going here, here, and there. Here is the middle, so pretty much that's a no-brainer. One is going to come here, right? And the other two, I'm going to make them cover that, right? Now, just keep in mind, you know you're gonna put things in your journal, it is gonna expand, right? So that's why I figure 1.5 for the spine. All right, now I'm gonna glue right here. Okay, so let's just do this to give a little bit of volume to your journal, because there's nothing in it yet. You can put some, I don't know, something, right? It's gonna pick it up a bit, right? Now, front, this is where front goes, okay? Don't make them like this and this is in the back. Just saying, front. You put it, you got your mark, and you're gonna put your tag right here. Yes. So we're gonna take the glue, and I'm gonna put the glue only between this line here and here, right? I don't wanna have glue right here. Okay. And if you do the paper keeper, which is the other tutorial, you can really look at it, because I really went into details on how to put those tags, right? So right here. All right, I'm taking the other one. Where's my mark? Right here. Okay, and then the middle one. It's right here. Now, you're gonna have to glue the back. Now, to glue the back is pretty easy because they're already glued, so it's just gonna go exactly right. Yes, this is what we're gonna do. Hold on 1 second. Now, okay, so this is dry, right? So I'm just gonna flip it, take my paraphernalia out, put it here. There we go. And then the only thing I'm gonna have to do is glue, okay, this part here, glue that right here. And see, you're gonna have your little spine right here, like so. So fold it good, which maybe I should have done that to start with, but anyway, right? And we're gonna glue this part on, like so. And whatever you need to put here, okay, so you do have, you know, pretending that, you know, your journal is full, right? Because you know it's gonna get bigger. So if that helps to glue it, because right now it's not full. I'm using ink pad, and that kind of do the trick here. See, it's gonna go perfect like so. Just for the sake of gluing them, and then when it's glued, it's glued. All right, so doing that, I mean, we are not afraid here. We doing things. Yes, we are. Okay, and then, you know, your fold right there, that's it. And it's gonna have to be flush with your cover. And that's that. This is where it goes. I mean, there's no guessing game on that part. The back is pretty much wherever it folds, this is where it gets glued, right? And you glue them one at a time. And then we do the closure. Okay? All right then. I'm holding. Hold on. Hold your hinges. We'll be right back. Now the closure. For the closure, I take the last, you know, the fourth tag. Okay, and these are, I keep my little stamps here. All right, so I mean my little stamp pads, so it give me some volume. Okay, I'm gonna line this on that, right? So they're gonna have to be even. Okay, but before I do that, because I want to close with a magnet closure, all right, I'm gonna cut an extra tag. Okay, which is gonna be kind of the shadow of this one. It's just gonna be here to hold the magnet underneath. All right, and then the tag, this closure, is gonna come on the top, and then magnet itself on this, right? So this is gonna have to be put exactly right here. On that mark is going to be an identical placement than this one, right? Which means when we're going to put this here, like so, this is going to cover like that, right? Okay, it's a little bit involved, but, you know, it's like, you know, we're doing cool stuff, right? All right, so now first I got to put my magnet on this, then I'm going to glue this on that, and then we're going to do the closure altogether, so which means I'm gonna have to put magnet on this magnet. I'm using, and I'm trying to keep them away because those go flying. I'm using those magnet, right? Pretty, you know, good working magnet. So to put my magnet right here, I'm gonna use some double face tape. They're gonna stay where this should be. All right, so I'm gonna line this up on right. All right, and then we go like this. Here we go. All right, and one here. Right, right, and then I'm gonna glue this right here with my mark, like so. Yes, yes. So now we do glue. Like so. And now I want to go where I put my mark right here for the top of the tag. Yes, I want to be flush with the side of the cover here. And I press and press and press and press and hold it, hold it, hold it. So pretty much, even if you open your book, you're going to have like a fake closure still on your cover. I don't know, I kind of like that. Why not? Why not? Now I'm going to take 2 other magnets. I got magnets flying everywhere. Okay, just stay away here. All right, and this is gonna go like this, right? It's gonna magnet itself like this. So, double side tape right here. I'm gonna put it right there where the glue should be, right? Like so. I'm gonna take this off. All right, so glue. Okay, and now we put this on. And we just let it dry. And then the next step after that, when it's dry, but we're gonna do it together, is that you're gonna put your magnet on, and then you're gonna flip your book, and then you're gonna glue the back, right? Because that should be exactly at the right spot. Again, you know, we got to keep on wishing that it does happen. And then we just gotta decorate journal and add this up, add that up, you know, cool stuff like that. Yes, yes. Okay, so are we good here? All right, and then see, it should automatically go on your kind of like print right on it. And then this goes in the back right here. So the way it is now is the way it is. Yes. So again, we are gonna take little stamp pad. So this way we get a little bit of volume here. And we're gonna glue this part right here. Yes. So here we go. And then hold it until it's dry. Okay, so you line it up. You line your fold on your cover, right? And then you press it down. And you hold it until it's nice and dry. Right? And then when you're done fighting with all those things, whew, your journal is done. And then it's like making it pretty and all of those. Yes, yes. Success. Right? Right. I like it.